So knowing what you know now, are there any things you would do differently, or you would have done differently in Go Viral or in your earlier business?
No, I think there were things that we could have handled differently, both in terms of how fast we got the product right. I think we should have invested more time and energy early on the product side of things. We had we had this notion, which I think is not very often the case today when you see entrepreneurs that are going out and funding their companies. We actually had this feeling that we were going to be self-funding, we were going to be cash strapped, and we wanted to kind of bring it to profitability based on our own money, which meant obviously that we didn't take out salaries for the first 6 months. We invested our own money early on in the process, but it also meant we went out and tried to sell our product very early in the process, as I said. That helped us because, from that perspective, it meant that very early on we had revenue coming into the business, and it meant that obviously we could have created this business without taking any external capital at all. In the end, we took capital, but it was actually not to kind of further accelerate the growth path we were already on. It was kind of like to reshuffle or recreate the structure, the shareholder structure, because we needed to be able to create incentive programs, and we needed also to change out. Balder at that point in time wanted to do something different with his life, and at that point in time, the company was valuable. So the cash we took in from Kenneth was actually cash that mostly went out of the business, not into the business, which is not what you normally see in these kind of businesses.
Yeah. So the business started in Copenhagen, but Copenhagen isn't really the center of the advertising industry where the clients were. That was London. So how did you guys deal with that transition?
No, obviously when I joined the company, I was actually living in London, but the company, as you said, was in Copenhagen, so I ended up spending most of my time in Copenhagen during the early years. But quite early, we obviously realized that from a sales perspective, that needed to happen out of London. I think many international advertisers control their spend out of London. So obviously, you want to be able to be there. You want to be able to very fast be able to go to the media agencies, which are all based around Soho. So you want to be close to that, which is also where we set up our office in London, so we could have our salespeople go and meet with those people and tap into those international budgets. Because the beauty of Go Viral as well was also that immediately as we launched, it was a global business, right? We signed up more than 100,000 publishers, which meant that we could service advertisers across 90 plus countries. So obviously that was something that advertisers and media agencies really liked, because it allowed them to have a one-stop shop to go to when they had these kind of video assets that they wanted to distribute across a lot of international markets.
Well, Jimmy, this is just fantastic. Clearly, the Go Viral story is a kind of a poster child for this notion of building a business with customer funds, and I know you had a great role in that success, and it's fantastic of you to spend some time and now talk us through that story. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon.